you can just continuously pressure, and if you're ever in trouble, you retreat.
Yeah.
But with this pressure, you expand behind it. And that has nothing to do with the matchup we're about to see. It's going to be a Terran versus Protoss. We got NYOKEN up in the top left. NYOKEN up in the top right. We have G5. It's going to be on Circuit Breaker. And, Noni, what do you feel about this map from the Protoss perspective? Tactical pause.
That's important.
I do not know this map.
Oh, no.
I'm a dead end.
You know what? Here, I'm gonna get my phone out. I'm gonna show you the map. We're gonna look at it. Okay, so let me go out. All right, open the internet browser. Okay, let's go here. Circuit Breaker.
I like how NYOKEN didn't realize there was no sound until he was in the game. Yeah. It's like it's one of those things you'd sort of pick up on early.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sound is like so important. Just be able to hear everything that's happening in the game. Because things can happen pretty fast, where it's like, doo-doo, your forces are under attack, and you just like hear that doo-doo, and you just instantly hit the space bar.
He kind of looks like a evil Doogie Howser today. This is the Doogie Howser that like snuck in there and gave you the wrong diagnosis.
All right.
And did sleep with the women.
All right, so we're having Noni take out my iPhone. He's exploring the map.
You know, there's an old player we were reminiscing about that I forgot we should have mentioned. Jifeng, remember?
Oh yeah, Jean Fei.
He actually, like in a TSL, took second or like way up there first.
Yeah. Second place. He went 3-4 against someone. Did he win? Did he win?
Either won or took second in
Jean
like
Fei
two
was
of them.
Protoss.
And he was a young Canadian Korean immigrant, right? Wasn't he? Chinese. That's what it was. Well, yeah, his name. Shoot. That one's right on the nose.
Yeah. We got technical difficulties.
This is our first technical difficulties. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, how do we fill time? What would Tasteless do in this situation? Probably pull out his phone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on my phone. It's great. I'm reading about Jean Fei. Did he win? Oh, he won TSL #1 in 2008, and then he got 4th in TSL 2 in 2010.
Who are we talking about?
Jifeng.
No, Jean Fei.
Oh.
And then he spelled his name backwards as his ID. IEF Nige.
That's right, because TSL, their term before that was TL Tour, I think. They had 2 of those. They were like the predecessor to TSL.
Something like that, yeah.
Or vice versa or something like that. I can't remember. But they had earlier ones. They were great. They were all really wonderful. And then they ran one in early StarCraft 2, and it was a lot of the same faces, and it was like very cool. They did all the artwork. Actually, for a while, my Facebook picture was my Redeemer Media picture that they drew up for that.
There it is. Technical difficulties have been resolved, and it looks like they just restarted new positions.
So I know this map now, thanks to Sean
Got it.
and his resourcefulness. And I would say this is a map where G5 might be able to thrive because he can take 3 bases without vultures being an absolute nuisance. Like, it looks like the 3 base setup for Protoss is one where you can defend vulture harass pretty easily. You can also defend drops pretty easily. So if G5 wants to go the build a Nexus, build a Nexus, build a Nexus PvT strat, then this, I think, would be a map where he can do pretty well. And in these positions, he can like kind of crawl out to the top left and or to the, he's at the bottom right.
No, you're right. He's top right.
He's top right. Okay. Yeah. And, you know, expand away from the Terran, and that would be good for him. So
they had a really funny moment yesterday because I asked NYOKEN, I was like, Marines don't work in TVP, man. He's like, and he looks, he's answering my question, but he turns and looks at G5 and says, they do if you're a greedy Protoss. And you know they're thinking about that today.
Yeah, I mean, on this map, Terrans just have a really effective route to turtling, because in the same way that you can shut down vulture harass, those same angles are just find a wall off, build supply depot, chains, take your 3rd, you can get a 4th up. And so, you know, if we're looking at super modern Terran versus Protoss, it's a lot of turtley Terran play versus a lot of fast Arbiter play from Protoss to try to just apply as much pressure as possible, and those wind up being some really cool games.
What you have to do as Protoss is make sure you get an observer into the base, see how many factories they have, and you just know if they're going to just be sticking on 2 factories.
I can't
expanding.
No one has said that once this entire event. That's like the most important thing in PvT, is to get an observer and just count factories and when they're built.
And that style of play was popular when I was in the Courage tournament and when I actually lost 2-1 in the final.
Big mistake there.
Yeah, that's really going to hurt.
So if you click on the gas just before it finishes, they don't actually start mining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I lost, it was actually to the deciding game was in a game where the Terran turtled, and I had to identify that, you know, he was turtling, and I was going to have to prepare for the big max out battle. And it kind of like, even though you have the run of the map and you can expand and do whatever you want, and you know the Terran's not going to bother you, you feel the pressure because that attack from the Terran is so powerful. And there really aren't any good, effective harass options, so you're just like frantically macroing, trying to build your own perfect counter army. And Arbiters really take a long time to tech to, so if you don't get that scout in, you don't recognize soon enough that you need to play for the ultra late game, then you will not have the army that's ready to deal with the Terran turtle.
Yeah, I mean, that can't be overstressed. That, like, you know, it's not like, oh, he is going for the turtle build. Let me build 2 of these things that now counter that. You know? You have to go, okay, let me completely rearrange the order I was going to do things in, get these expansions up, make sure they're defended properly, make sure I get my gateways produced in time, because if you build too many gateways too early, you don't quite have enough money to take extra expansions, and so you eventually lose in the long run. If you
go ahead.
Yeah, if you expand too much, then the push comes before you have any units. So I really feel like the pressure winds up being on the Protoss player to identify the timings.
But I like what Tyler said too. The word identify is really important because it's like there's also not a flag that you put up and say I'm turtling. There are offbeat timings that can come off of that, and there's like stages you have to identify after that as well.
Mike was just going to get a free Dragoon.
He's just trying to buy time. That's all you can do at this point. Because the Protoss himself is trying to set up his expansion. He's trying to slow down the mining where the Terran doesn't get as much of an economic advantage as you'd normally get.
Nice
So
supply depot placement to wall off that Dragoon. Oh, great body blocking right there. I think he will be able to kill the Marine, maybe, barely. Yeah. But not the best exchange for G5. You kind of want to keep that Dragoon alive.
Yeah. I don't like what G5's doing. I saw it in another game with the next expansion. Why would you take that base? Why?
Because he can't get attacked.
Oh,
you mean
it's
this base
stupid.
specifically?
Yeah, there's no minerals there.
No gas?
So many Protosses do this. I'd rather just take another main. There's so many more minerals there. It's got the high ground advantage. You can defend it nice and easy. Tons of room to build gateways.
Yeah, I agree. But I guess he made some pretty good choices because he's playing and you're sitting here, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God! It's not even a joke. It's just like, well, I shot Legionnaire in the knee.
Hey, Tyler started
Mayo.
Tyler sat down and plunged a spear into my chest, and I'm like, hey, Tyler, good to see you too.
Picking on all Aussies.
And you can pick on Aussies because they take it so well.
Yeah, I know what you did. I know what you did.
I know.
And he's like, and I'll steal your car later. Call me a convict. My grandpappy, rest his soul, in prison 24 years. Would have had strong issue with that and murdered you too, probably.
Nick finds that so funny. Nick's laughing. Nick laughed so hard he fractured his other wrist. He's going to come out with 2 casts. He's going to be the esports penguin.
Oh, here we go.
NYOKEN's got a trick up his sleeve.
He's going to keep a
Called it.
Nick egg on his 2 little feet and raise it with his Nick blubber on top of it.
Nick, I don't know what to tell you, but this is a laugh fracture. It's the first of its kind.
All right, so NYOKEN is actually doing the I don't want to play a game build, which is he's going to build 4 barracks, he's going to build a whole bunch of Marines and medics, and do 1 big timing push, and everything rests on that. And if you're G5 and you spot this,
G5 also saw it come
Still
out
hard.
yesterday, and like
Yeah.
I said, NYOKEN looked right at him and said this is what he does against Greedy Protoss. So I wonder, because G5 won a lot of games back in the day off of being very good, obviously, but also being very aware of who he's playing against. He got away with stuff against Artosis that he would not then try against somebody else. He played to the opponent. So I wonder, I mean, or he could just keel over and die to this, who knows, but...
yeah, I think you need to get to 5 gateways pretty quickly against this. And it's not NYOKEN auto wins, it's that it's a very strong timing. But the way that you need to kill it as G5 is just to have super, super, super good Dragoon control and pick off Marines.
Yeah, you need to have 4 Dragoons right at the ramp, up just outside his base.
Yeah.
Because they'll just one-shot Marines and he just stutter steps backwards.
That observer needs to keep going
Yeah.
and check things out.
That's like the little observer that couldn't, man. Yeah, I mean, like, stopping at 4 gateways is like, it feels very nice if you're Protoss. It's like you're getting enough units, you can make around a Zealots and getting them into a shuttle. But you really kind of need 5 or 6 to be able to hold off this push, because this is just coming at a really brutal time. And now he knows. Beautiful timing by NYOKEN. A lot of Terrans wait a little too long because they want to have a bigger surprise, but like any number of Marines is so horrifying with medics early on.
Protoss have spent so much time just building probes, they're just not ready at this point.
Well, we'll see. It's a good number of Dragoons to start, and you got to go across those ramps. Or ramp? No, it's ramps. The double.
The double bridge. Oh, there's the scan. That is a really essential scan, because the way that you lose this as Terran is you get minerals picked off, you get tanks picked off.
Tanks are up in the front. He can pick off
This is a
2
nice
tanks.
angle for G5. This is really lovely. And he's going to get the second tank, and he needs to back up.
Okay.
Very nicely controlled by G5.
Yeah.
I'm going to... Does anybody else think the commentators might have called this a little bit early?
I was telling
we
you he was
call
going to
it?
win.
You guys said this is a really nice time by NYOKEN and G5.
It is?
Yeah, and then Pete follows it up with, "Yay, you're just making too many probes right now,
Well.
mate." You guys are pretty down on this.
I wasn't expecting him to donate 10.
You were like, you need 6 gateways. 4 is just not enough. I don't know how else. I mean, there's a lot of comments, guys.
The push is still going, Jeff.
Yeah. My point exactly.
You're looking at outpoints in the middle of the attack.
It's literally my point. Thank you.
The longer it goes, the better it's for G5. So
Yeah.
if NYOKEN couldn't completely cross the bridge. Hey,
Sorry, what's that?
it was these guys. I'm on your side.
Dude, it is a good timing. We literally saw it work yesterday.
I
What are you
like
talking about?
I like our toast position here. I agree.
If he's going for the slow siege mode there, I think he should have brought a couple SCVs just
God,
to bump
I want NYOKEN to win this so bad, just so I can make eye contact directly with Jeff's soul. Do you remember my comments on this game, Jeffrey? Do you remember they happened minutes ago, Jeffrey? I was talking about how good this position was.
Shoot it.
NYOKEN.
Finish him. Finish him.
GG. Oh, don't get the other shot off. That was
He
nice.
should have shot like an hour ago, though.
So-
That was crazy.
Now go to NYOKEN's main base. Look at this transition. Factories. Boom. There they are.
3rd CC. It's looking
Pow.
good.
Bam. Cup. Boom.
I mean, this all starts with Legionnaire's comment earlier, though, where he said, if he hadn't taken that base, imagine if it was the other main. Never would have lost the probes.
Well, G5 is... He's not dead right now, but, you know, he's getting Zealots and he doesn't have speed, and obviously Marines are just amazing against that.
Yeah. Still making the Marines. Oh my god! The probes are like, nope, it's not safe. Like you guys were saying, by the way, it's looking really good for NYOKEN.
Yeah. Boom, take that. 1-0.
So if the robotics was built closer to the ramp, the Reaver would have come out in time to stop this push and win
Did
the
he?
game.
So you can't
Building
attack.
placement is very
You
important.
can't attack move a Reaver, right? It gets weird. Do you target it?
You can attack move a Reaver. It just
You can.
sometimes
But what
walks.
happened there? Because it shot way shallow.
It shoots and then it walks. So, all right, there's
Or
a
in this
counterattack
case, it
from
didn't
G5,
shoot and it
but,
walked.
I mean, NYOKEN, does he not have mines? This will be very difficult to hold without a lot of losses, without mines, but it's fine to take a lot of losses, honestly.
Yeah. I think the Marines just keep on going to the natural and probably win the game.
Those SCVs are doing a good job.
The linebackers.
But if he has a Reaver pop out that sits on top of the ramp,
I mean, he'll
Does
hold
he?
the main, but he'll lose the natural, right? Which is
This goes down to one base versus one base. It's
Oh,
so
even
awesome. Ooh,
NYOKEN
nice scout,
found it.
NYOKEN.
nah.
NYOKEN
NYOKEN's
will
got
hold
it.
this man.
NYOKEN's got it.
Yeah.
It's hard to win this as G5.
Yeah, it was a very good
Oh, I
timing by
didn't
him.
see that base. oh goodness! It's another expansion.
Yeah. I just think that right there is the issue. No Reaver popped out. Even if a Reaver did, if you split the Marines, you can, right?
Yeah, it's just hard. You just
Yeah.
need like lots and lots of Dragoons and continuous good engagements.
Valiant effort. Credit where credit's due. You guys had faith this was a good push. I didn't. You were right. I was wrong.
We'll need you to admit that about every 10 minutes for the rest of the day.
If I must. If I must.
We need that tattooed on your forehead before the end of the
Well,
show.
hang on now. That's a bit far. Forehead real estate for me runs really expensive.
Yeah, how much?
I got a lot of forehead up here. More every day, someone said.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm having. Yeah, it's like yeah, no, my hairline is kind of like how they describe glaciers. They're like, every year, millimeter by millimeter, it slowly pushes north.
Oh my god. Just hope like a... Oh, wait, never mind. G5 wins. Cool. All right, so that was a good game.
Yeah.
Look at that scan, man. It's top notch.
You didn't even hear them attack,
You
just
just saw him.
snap scan. NYOKEN is... I'm actually impressed at this transition from NYOKEN. There's the GG. Yeah, that was a really nice transition from NYOKEN to be going for the Medic Marine, but not to overcommit. Often we'll see 6 racks, just all-in style stuff, but he made the push and started to transition right when the push hit the front door of G5, so...
Well, I think NYOKEN made a pretty big mistake, too. When he pushed across the bridges, he had the 2 tanks way up towards the front, and it was starting to look pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what the mistake was after that, though, so maybe it was just in the composition alone, G5 was already way, way behind.
I think the Dragoons were a little bit out of position.
Just slightly, yeah.
They weren't there to greet the Marines as they made another charge across the bridge.
Because the Marines just, like, walked down, and it was like...
Yeah.
Well, they stemmed down, right?
Yeah.
So, did he have stem earlier?
Yeah, I think he did.
he had
Yeah.
stem.
And a lot of times you'll do that push with like just stem and range
Yeah.
is close to done or done.
Yeah.
And he definitely had both when he did that second follow-up. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
really strong because you have your Dragoons in a concave, and if you can exploit and come at the point side, then you just like chew through them one at a time. Then there's this limbo line of Dragoons just dying.
Yeah. Legionnaire said it earlier, too. You need enough Dragoons to be kiting and picking them off and whittling it down as it goes. He never did that. He had the 2 at the ramp, and he was like, oh, it's coming. And then he backed all the way up into his base and set up the concave.
He should have had the Dragoons that were at home should have come out.
Yeah. Met it, slowed
met
it
it
down.
in the middle, gotten a few things to pick
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
The second game's about to start. Hey, Artos, you wanna hop in on this? Artos says, get over here now. Because I need to use the restroom, Artosis.
And Tasis will introduce the players. Not today. If you guys get a chance by one stream, you need to look at Nick's shirt.
What's up, guys?
It's one of the best shirts I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
good-
not even. That's actually for real.
Yeah, it's a sick shirt.
It's
that
way
one.
up there.
So, how's everyone doing?
Really good.
Yeah?
I'm still salty. I lost.
Yeah? No, I understand. It's a tough pill to swallow losing to G5,
Yeah.
I tell you.
And then they just they throw you here,
Yeah.
so
well,
everyone can watch you.
Hey,
see
we've been-
the
I
we've
kept
been here
that
for
seat
2
warm
days.
for you, buddy. It's-
Dan and I have been here 2 days, man.
yeah.
You lost later, so there's that, you know.
Well, yeah. You guys aren't really good though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We try, though, you know.
Yeah. It's
Do
valiant
our
effort.
best. So, what map is this? I can't tell if this is Outsider or this is Fighting Spirit.
The second you said that. You would actually.
I think. Were you here yet, Noni, when he said that?
No.
He's like, oh yeah, the middle of Outsider is just
do
like the
it
middle
later,
of Fighting
though, because
Spirit.
you're like 2 more of those from getting Sean actually salty.
No, I know. I saw the look in the eyes. That's why I'm whispering it while he's in the bathroom.
You're going to get an email later of like how this is actually Outsider, just in Fighting Spirit form.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
everything's
thinking about our conversation earlier, Dan.
Yeah.
Is NYOKEN going to do the same build?
Nah.
The fast
No.
command center?
G5 won't lose to it twice.
Even that last
Oh
one.
no,
it got
he'll
scary.
do the command center
Yeah,
probably.
with the bunker.
but
That's what I mean.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He likes that right now a lot. Like,
Yeah.
especially against all of us who are kind of rusty, because it didn't exist back when we were playing this expansion. Really, like Protosses would punish you generally, but now people figured out the build order completely, and like he never loses to like early Dragoon pressure or anything with it.
Well, he should have lost versus Draco. Draco should have taken it down.
Yes, yes, you
Pick
are
off
right
the
about that.
SCVs
I
and then
agree
pick
with
off
that.
the bunker. Yeah.
He screwed up. He actually missed a volley, and he would have killed that
A
bunker.
bunch. He also like mega respected the bunker. The Dragoons step forward, and 4 Marines don't like drop a Dragoon
No,
all
I know.
of a sudden.
As soon as he had 6 Dragoons there, he should have just killed all the SCVs and laughed.
But that's what's kind of fun about this tournament. Everyone's, you know,
Yeah.
we're all fresh coming back to a game that we
Except
grew
for
up with.
NYOKEN, right?
Those cheating bastards
I know.
played this for a week.
Those tryhards, man. It's so crazy.
December, says NYOKEN.
Yeah.
Blizzard
And Reds
gave them
played
heads up,
700
didn't they?
games. What's that?
Blizzard gave them heads up.
Yeah, that's right. There'll be a tournament in August.
For
Prepare.
no money.
Yes. We'll get you back on the map.
You must train.
And once Mondragon says no, you'll be invited. So,
I was thinking about
Here we
it.
are.
You guys had me on that,
Yeah.
reminiscing of the German scene. Remember Schnibbler?
oh yeah,
TOT.
Schnibbler was kind of a nice guy.
There was a bunch of good German players.
Yeah, there was quite a few good ones, but mostly they were just a country of DT droppers.
Wow.
I just remember every time we played Germany B, I got DT dropped to the point where I would just open with turrets.
You're shell-shocked, man.
Yeah.
Oh, gas stolen, by the way.
Yep. It's a
Like it.
tad annoying. We'll slow down his factory a little bit, but
Just
will
throws him
G5
off.
try to punish?
Yeah.
Long distance mining of gas. It's good to see.
Yeah.
You weren't lying, Legionnaire. Salt, man.
That happens. It's our pride is on the line. It's not about money. If it was about money, it would actually like hurt less in a
Well,
way. Because I'm like, yeah, these guys, you know, they practice hard. They definitely deserve it.
If you think
Um,
about it, Australia is surrounded by an ocean. It's surrounded by salt. Literally.
That's true. Yeah.
So, salt and you, maybe. Right?
I'm not salty at all, actually. I was
Yeah,
not
you're totally
expecting.
not salty.
You should be really happy with your play. You managed to take down the mighty Artosis. So I mean, that's definitely something.
Yeah.
I was just hoping to get a single win, really.
Yeah.
Same
That's all. That's
yeah.
all I was looking for.
Yeah, and there you go.
Yeah.
I care about you, so yeah.
It was nice of you to throw the match for me, you know,
Yeah.
to
Dan's a
build my
martyr
ego.
that way. It's
I
so
tried to
good.
make it look close, but I accidentally made it look not too close.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah,
Such a gentleman, though.
I know. I'm a good guy.
And now we begin this dance. Why not, though? You're going to make him repair it. Costs money.
Yeah.
Pull the SCVs. Costs more money.
Well, this is, you know, he ran the Dragoon pass last time. Could, no,
Not this
I
time.
don't like it, though. Well, it's just he knows there's 2 Marines in the main, so this bunker only has like 2 Marines, probably.
I think he should be attacking the SCVs, though, right? If
Yeah.
the bunkers, especially if it's half
Yeah.
full,
Yeah.
go for
Yeah.
the SCVs.
Step in and do volleys until they run.
A good tactic, once you get a good number of Dragoons, is to get 1 Zealot. So the Zealot goes in, it takes all the fire, the Dragoons take down all the SCVs. You do that once or twice, they've lost quite a few SCVs, and then you can just go for the bunker. Because I think they're going for the SCVs again, because they start pulling them back.
Yeah.
G5, though, man. He's just going to do it again.
Yeah, the 3 base, but he'll probably add the gates a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Like, he's very aware that this is something that can happen, so. But does he actually add the barracks? I think he will. I'd be surprised if he got the academy this quick and isn't going to do it.
You could also get an observer faster,
Yeah.
which
So
Oh.
well,
He
that'll
just-
scout too.
he's
That's a good
just
answer, though,
scanned,
right?
Though.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
If you land the good Scarabs, it then becomes like 2 or 3 tanks and a couple of Marines.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for Terran to push across a map against a shuttle and a Reaver, and when it's small numbers of army. So
Mm.
Oh, good point. You can delay even better with that, I guess.
yeah,
Okay, he's not going for that. He just went for the quick scan.
yeah.
I like, by the way, that he got the scan and scanned immediately. Because if I'm G5, I'm like, oh, it's very likely to be that bio play again.
Yeah.
And G5 is not taking his 3rd. This is, like, actually good stuff for NYOKEN. G5 is,
very
like,
good.
playing counter to the strategy NYOKEN used previously, and he's not doing it.
Playing the
He's
best of
mixing it up.
5.
Yeah.
Mind games, man. I think that's always been the place where foreigners have lacked, where Koreans are excellent at.
Yeah?
Even our best non-Koreans, I think their strengths were not in playing to the best of series, but just, you know, the talent they had and the skill they had.
Think so?
Which non-Korean that reached the top do you think played a best of series really well?
no, that's fair, I think.
If you name Idra, I'm just going to slap
Oh,
you.
no. Well, actually, that's the one counterexample to what you say, is that everyone knew how to play a best of series against Idra. You do something that he will hate in game 1 and beat him, and then he's done.
Yeah. I guess I should have specified. I was more talking about non-Koreans versus Koreans.
Oh.
Koreans are very good at this. Non-Koreans are not.
Yeah.
But you're right. People, I mean, the funny thing, too, was when Greg finally ascended to his, like, final form, even that didn't work anymore. He was starting to type GG and stuff like that. That's how confident he was.
Yeah, that's how you knew you were screwed.
In my TSL match against him in game 1, that was my strat. So I went for a DT drop, and he actually went vulture drop in game 1 and beat me.
Yeah.
That's
But
that
that
was
the
that was
command
probably
center
his
cancel.
It was against you that was the command center cancel, though, right?
later
Yeah.
in the series. Yeah.
That's really
That was the
famous.
ultimate game, guys. That is a true highlight of Foreigner StarCraft. Go.
People
Google
remember
that.
it to this day.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I rewatched that in the last
ref-
couple of years, actually.
Well,
that
it's
game.
a 4-second game, so why not?
Yeah, he lasted about a skew. And
Less than a skew. The CC goes down way earlier than that.
yeah.
Don't know about you guys, but I think that's game over.
The shuttle.
Yep.
Yeah.
You went way
you
too
can-
deep.
Yeah.
You
You
think
can never
he's
lose
just
a
straight
shuttle at
dead?
the start. Yep.
Well, if you just sit there and lose all your Dragoons, certainly, but...
Well, in G5's defense, these Dragoons are really weird, but he gets hit by the first one. That should have been the turn back point, I think. You're right?
Yeah.
He goes in deeper and then more Dragoons
Yeah.
come out. I mean, I get it. He's like, well, okay, he has one. That's weird, but surely he won't have two. Then there is the second one. And you're like, oh, I'm dead. But G5, by the way, lives by the sword, dies by the sword. He's going to win off aggression and lose off aggression. That's how he plays.
Yeah. He's one of these players that sometimes looks really fantastic, but sometimes looks...
Look,
Less
if he'd
fantastic.
done some damage with the rebuff,
Ooh!
This is a very good engagement. Oh, if he
Yeah.
had one more shot, it would have been huge. But
Yeah.
he's still trading well.
As well as he,
He would
can.
have almost broken this if he had had one more Reaver shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that tank shot, though.
God, I hate tanks.
They're pretty good.
They're so overpowered.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Blizzard, you should be
pretty
changing that
clear.
stuff.
The game would
Take a look at
be
tanks.
a lot better without
Yeah.
some
Take a look
chinks
at
in it.
tanks.
Because then we could just watch ZVP all day, and that would be a lot of fun.
I love tanks. I love the TvT matchup in Brood War.
Yeah.
I like TvP as well.
I like the almost dancing aspect in T vs P,
Yeah.
where it's Dragoons,
Move it in.
Zealots against
Yeah.
tanks, vultures.
What was the map? Heartbreak Ridge.
Oh,
Tanks
God.
on that map.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Whoa. Every turn just laughably like went to 3 bases, walled in everything. I was like, all right, I'm going to get some tanks out. And I was over here like, okay.
If he rebuilds a shuttle, it can be really effective now.
Yeah. By the way, I liked the Dragoons that NYOKEN... I mean, not the Dragoons, the Goliaths that NYOKEN
Yeah,
made.
that was
Yeah.
interesting.
Like, that was really good. We used to not see that really used even against Reaver play. But now that I see him doing it, I'm like, God, I wish I could regame Legionnaire. Because I'm sitting there trying to make turrets. I made a Wraith in one of the games, and just like you fly around everything, I'm like, oh no. God.
Now, it became quite common for Terrans to just go one Goliath, so
Yeah.
they could just try and target down the shuttle whenever it turns up.
Yeah, I like that.
NYOKEN's playing well, though.
Oh, he
He's-
really
yeah.
is. He's on top of it.
He's been talking a lot about the big hype match, too. If both of these guys win, it'll be NYOKEN versus Ret. And they play a lot. They actually practice with each other
do.
to get ready for this.
I was actually talking to Rhett earlier on, and he was saying, NYOKEN was saying he was going 40% against Rhett in practice. Rhett said that he won the last 10 games.
He's freaking... That needs to go, by the way. And this like second emergence of Foreigner Brood War. Speaking of Mondragon, the absolute worst offender in the history of competitive
For
gaming.
what? Saying that they
Mind
don't
Drag.
Oh,
practice.
he'd
Mind
always
drag.
talk about how he's not practicing. He doesn't really
Oh, yeah.
care. And then someone who's a practice partner would be like, no, I think he's actually at unhealthy levels of practice right now. And we're like, so he's just putting it out there, like, guys, don't expect anything from me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his hand's hurting from how much practice he's been doing. It's like, what?
Yeah.
There you go.
NYOKEN was doing really good mine killing there,
Yeah, he was.
because G5 was trying to drag the mines onto the tanks, but no avail.
Another thing Terrans have to do, kill their own mines.
or they'll come at you
They're
and
that
kill
strong.
you.
Sometimes
I
you
know.
have to kill them yourself.
I tell you.
Jeez, that thing I put down there is dangerous even to me.
Yeah.
It's like an Eversur assassin you just put out there, man.
I'll tell you one thing I was salty about. My game versus Boxer versus Imyohan. They didn't show any of the mind drags. They were my proudest moments in that game. I killed so much stuff with them.
Yeah.
Wasn't on the VOD at all.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, a boxer was important for industry. If they're showing like this random Aussie guy destroying him on TV, that's
Winking
that's
at the
not good
camera.
for
Wasn't really destroying. It was like a 40, 50-minute game. It was, yeah.
Well, my heart bleeds for you.
I don't really remember that game. But.
I think you're lying.
That 40, 50-minute game where he was beating Boxer on Korean national television. They didn't show the mind drags. I'm like,
Poor guy. You poor little dude.
Legionnaire, how did you ever recover from it, man? How did you ever make it out?
First world issues, eh?
Seriously.
I get it, though. I hear you.
What map is this now? What are we on? Thanks, Nick.
What's that animal in the middle of the map?
Like, is this outside or is this?
I know. It's the inevitable collision that's coming later. I can't wait. Okay,
Yeah.
so in this best of 5, in the lower left-hand side, excuse me, it's G5 Media. And his opponent, on the top right-hand side, it's NYOKEN Media. I already talked about it before on a WCS broadcast, but my favorite is the idea of that tradition ported to traditional sports.
Oh, yeah.
Second quarter, it's still your Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. People would just be like, "You idiot, what?" And it's like, the map is, of course, the same stadium we were at. That's different, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But in this case, everything's outsider, so I guess it's kind of similar.
Don't worry, he's not standing right behind you.
All right, he's talking.
Oh, I love your dog, by the way, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you.
Barristan is amazing. He is so friendly.
He sleeps like 16 hours a day, though, so
Yeah.
he's only awake because there's so many people here, but he's looking around like, stop being so many people so I can go to sleep. Like right now he's awkwardly pressing his butt against Noni's shins.
yeah, he is.
He's like hunched under the table and he's like, yeah. It's funny.
Great dog.
I want to see G5 win this one. We're rooting for him.
Yeah,
Best of
seriously.
5. Get us to game 4.
Well, dude, actually, it's Python. And Noni, what do you
Oh.
think about Python balance PvT?
Terran favor?
See, this is the problem.
What
This
do
is
you
what's
do-
so frustrating about being a foreigner in StarCraft.
What do
These
you do
foreigner
about-
Protosses are so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Thank you for saying Protosses. Us Zergs, we were fine, right?
Yeah.
We took our beatings.
Yeah, no, Zerg was pretty reasonable. But these foreign Protosses like Noni, like G5, all these guys, they're like, oh, this is a, even though the Terran can't take a third base, this is definitely a Terran map. It's like, no.
I got to agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a Terran map.
This is a Legionnaire map. Whenever you see an island.
Yeah. I do like islands.
In what way would
Islands
this be
are fun. That was the trouble. It's just that they
Yeah.
were so bad for Zerg that you couldn't. It made for really. There was a couple. They found a nice balance with. Gosh, what was the map? There was 4 corners, but it was basically you started on an island, but then the whole rest of the map was all.
Gorky?
No, not Gorky. It's the one Testy liked a lot, by the way.
Oh, Neo Forbidden Zone.
Yes,
Yeah.
Neo Forbidden
yeah.
Zone. I didn't mind that. You would, you'd slow drop down, double expand. I mean, Zerg still obviously did not have a good win percentage there, but it felt more okay.
That was a tough map, TVP.
There was a way you could jump a probe down to the low ground.
Oh my god.
It wasn't 100%. Like, you couldn't do it. I practiced it
Is
for
this
hours
you
trying to do it.
saying that Australians aren't criminals, or is this you giving me evidence that they are? I don't understand. It's like, there was a way
I
you could
wasn't-
illegally get a probe down there, even earlier. So
I'm not stealing anything.
when that
It's all
Zerg
good.
bloke showed up and you had 3 bases already and 4 shuttles full of Reavers, you were like, mate, it's not for you.
Oh, man.
Then you face another Protoss doing the same thing, and you're like, yeah, you cheeky bastard, aren't you? Use a different word, but not appropriate for broadcasting right now. I'll give you a hint. It starts with a C and ends with more of other letters. I don't know how far we can take
Crafty?
that.
Yeah, I know.
Crafty?
We
It
gotta
is
slow that
crafty.
down.
Thank
Yeah,
you. It's
yeah.
crafty. You're right. I'll get a phone call. It's like, yep, you're off. Okay. Well, the good news is I'm an Uber ride away from home. It's not like in Poland where if you get fired, you're in a bit of a pickle.
We're keeping the dog though.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you.
So,
All right, we need G5 to win. So what? We tried the Reaver thing. Did he lose it when he went too deep with the shuttle? Is that solely what we look at?
If he doesn't lose the Reaver and the shuttle there, you're not pushing out with that. Like 2 Siege Tanks, 2 Vultures, 3 Marines, 3 Goliaths. You don't push with that. So, I mean, it's not like he wins if he doesn't lose that, but he definitely does not lose.
The game gets more dynamic, I guess.
He was a little unlucky with that starting position for NYOKEN, because that's a pretty terrible attack path where you're already at the expansion, then you're running over all of the factories,
Right.
so he was unlucky there. He probably shouldn't have dropped the Reaver straight away.
I'm enjoying his Dragoon micro. It's not about what you're saying. I'm sorry.
He literally like he has range, and his Dragoons are dying to the bunker. It's like, look at this middle Dragoon. He can't do it. That Dragoon doesn't have range.
He can't risk it anymore.
No.
This is where Terran's
Bears.
overpowered.
Hey, leave Day 9's food alone.
Oh, lunch is here.
Yeah, you don't eat burritos. If you did, your farts would never end. Barrison, my dog I'm talking to.
Yeah, I was about to ask for clarification.
I don't know
Oh, I thought you were
Sean's
talking to
farting
me.
pattern.
I'm like, yeah, no, you're right, dude. Oh my God. Wait till later.
Is he going to siege and target the middle one? Oh, where's the... I mean,
It's
that
a
one.
shell
yes.
game.
Yeah. Okay, so he's taken the quick third base this time, which I like. I didn't like how he approached it last time exactly, but does NYOKEN do the barracks play?
Tough spots, by the way. 12 versus 6, full map in between them.
Yeah.
A little bit better for Protoss this time around, I would say, right?
So I think on this
Yeah,
map, G5 should not make too many probes on these 3 bases and should cut probes and then make a nice like Speed Zealot Dragoon army. Because either NYOKEN's going to do a timing and then, you know, that would be a great way to try to defend it, or NYOKEN's going to try to take a third. But it's really hard for Terran to take a third on this map.
Yeah.
Although that does not mean that it's a Protoss. I just want to clarify. Just want to clarify.
Yeah.
So then
It's good you knew it was coming, Tyler.
either way that kind of army will come in use, offensively or defensively.
How sick would another Team Liquid Star League be, a TSL?
Play that?
Heck yeah, he would.
I don't know, man. This game's pretty hard.
Okay,
Have you
the game
played
is
this?
pretty hard, but you're
Oh my God, Tyler.
Noni, so like if you practiced for like 2 weeks, you would be top 32 foreigner. Come on, let's be real.
Everyone was very upset you weren't playing in this.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's on them to run a TSL,
All right.
so we'll see.
Did you watch the broadcast yesterday, Tyler?
I watched parts of it.
Did you catch the part where I said you were one of the best foreigners ever and Dan argued against it?
What?
I did catch that
Yeah.
part.
What are you talking about?
I did catch that
when
part.
he was in his final form in his WCG, I said, I think he didn't drop a map, and you were like, yeah, he did, to me or whatever.
No, that never happened. What are you talking
Who
about?
was it then?
It was G5.
G5 said he took him out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I never
Yeah,
said that.
Dan was like lurking back there, though.
Dan
making some
shouted out
comment.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was just saying because
He shouted
people
out
keep
Cloud.
bringing out the best foreigners, and I'm like, people forget about Cloud a lot, and he was absolutely a top foreigner. Like, during that era where Noni was, like, dominant and Hydra was sick, Cloud was, like, legit one of the best foreign players.
I don't remember his PvZ and PvT, but I know I considered him like basically an equal for PvP.
Yeah, you guys went to Game 7 in the finals of the tournament that brought you to Korea.
Right.
It was
yeah.
a really good series.
Yeah.
And his PvT, I felt, was ridiculously good, and he could beat all the top foreigners, so he was really good.
Whoever
Anyways,
won, you know, speaking of tournaments, whoever won that Ascension tournament, by the way, Dan?
that was a 3-way tie.
For last place, we were all losers. I felt. Like.
Yeah, everyone lost that
Oh,
tournament.
you know what?
Especially the fans.
Yeah.
But
Not
you know
Dan,
what?
though. It got him to Korea, man.
God.
No, one of the names people were throwing out, and I thought it was really funny because they were like, these players are garbage. We should have had Dynot there. And of course, there's a Chilean person, but Dino was good too.
Yeah,
back in
he
the
was
day.
quite a good
Remember
Zerg.
him?
He was
Yeah.
up and
Here
coming.
come the speed vultures. What do you do?
Oh.
It's Python. You're dead.
No.
Jesus, this is crazy.
Those hit harder.
He just ran right in. Look at this. All the probes are dead. Wait a minute. Noni, I am so sorry. Is this what you have to put up with?
Yeah,
Oh my
that's why
god!
it's a Terran map.
Oh my god, this is wild. How do you ever stop that?
He's
You can't
like
stop it.
that.
Oh wait, you leave your Dragoons in front of your expansion. That's how you stop it.
How do you stop it?
Look at all
Like
that surface area.
Which
Oh my
expansion do you leave it in front of?
The natural.
Right. So
But
that
then you lose the next
We
one.
put cannons at the third.
that hit like a black mamba, but then it went out like a koala bear.
Drop bear.
Soft and.
Drop bear.
I know they're not real. Okay, I had that pulled on me already.
God.
Moonglade and I think Maynard sat down next to me and talked to me about drop bears, and I was like, wow, that's incredible. I'll have to go wiki that. And they're like, yeah, man, you should. We're on a big broadcast. Every Aussie's in on it, too. You
No,
mention
every
drop bear to
single
them,
one.
they immediately know the game's afoot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, drop bears.
For those that don't
Oh,
know,
you heard about
drop
those.
bears are koala bears with like wolf-like teeth. They live up in the gum trees and they drop down and they capture unsuspecting tourists.
Capture. They keep him in a cage in the koala bear forest. Like, oh my god.
I actually, like, it was such a weird, surreal experience, though, because it's like, I went and asked some of my other Australian friends about it, and they immediately went in on the con. They're like, yeah, dude, totally. And it was only later that someone was like, Jeff, they're all joking. And I was like, man, what a weird national thing that they all go in on
I
that
know.
so quickly. And I feel so silly. Here's that third. Looks pretty easy to take to me. I don't know about you.
So any map where you have a mineral in the expansion, by the way, makes it Terran favored, because what does a Protoss do with extra minerals? Build zealots. What does a Terran do?
Vultures.
Vultures.
Oh my gosh.
What counters what? Wow. The vultures counter everything, by the way, but
So
especially
nostalgia
zealots.
must be a Terran map.
It is.
Against Zerg.
Yeah, well, everything is concerned. ZVZ on that map gets weird. We're like, I guess we're both making lings for a long time. A long time. G5 fighting for his tournament life.
Yeah.
If he loses
not
this, he goes
looking
back
very
to
good,
Kentucky.
He builds a lot of observers. I like that.
He makes more observers than anyone. It's
Yeah.
actually crazy.
Oh.
Look at all these depots out here. I like this. I like it.
Yeah?
This is what happens if you have maps where you can build in the center, aka fair maps. You know, you
Wow.
can see
Favorite
these
maps,
cool
yeah.
dynamic terrains where there's like depots out in the middle and stuff. This is a real frontier. This is the flavor that StarCraft's supposed to be, not these maps where you can't build in the middle.
Yeah, well, they started to do that because of Terran players. They just, like, put up a million missile turrets in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow.
Yeah, I know. It's mean.
So Terran can't expand unless they build a supply depot in the middle of the map. Then they're fine.
That helps a lot.
This is
Okay.
gonna.
You remember when
I'm
Luna
learning
came
a lot.
out? You
I'm
kidding
learning
me?
a lot.
Yeah, no, I'll teach you all day.
Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
all those?
A lot of probes are dying this game to vultures.
Yeah.
So those Dragoons defending the expansions from Vulture. How are they doing now?
Is this all Dragoon? It is, isn't it?
It feels like it.
There's some zealots there.
Oh, my god.
Wow. there
Okay,
it is.
he's going to clear the mines and then run up. Let's go.
Nah, not against +1.
I hope
This
they're
isn't
on
gonna
move
work,
command.
guys.
They're on move command.
This is
It's
not
good.
gonna
Oh
work.
my god.
And the rockets
Wait,
traveling.
That's the zealots are. He's doing well.
well.
That's all he needs to do. Just pull
Yeah,
back to the right.
Yeah, go to the right, go to the right.
Look at the depots absorbing the damage.
I know they're awesome.
I think
Oh, he might get supply blocked. Oh, wait, no, he lost all his tanks to the Zealots that just ran up next to them.
none of the depots have been shot
I
down.
can't believe he's still attacking.
No, he shouldn't have done that.
No, he was
No.
actually going to be ahead if he had just pulled to the right immediately when you said.
Oh, but now.
Why didn't G5 just zoom out and realize that? Oh, GG.
Wow, that was a.
And there you have it. There you have it. Terran
Evil Doogie Howser.
Been sued for malpractice 3 times, this Doogie Howser. It's a very different type of series.
All right.
All right, where's
Our
NYOKEN?
first finalist.
He can
I'll
have my
step out.
spot.
No. There's burritos. It's fine. I'll go ahead.
I think we all want some burritoage right now. NYOKEN, come join. And NYOKEN, you make it to the finals.
You were playing Terran favored maps though.
Terran favored maps.
Yeah.
Python is not Terran favored.
Thank you!
Circuit Breaker. I think it's
Circuit
pretty
Breakers. Well, it's a big map, so it's like hard. You can't build depots in the middle. You know, we were talking about that.
It felt like you won that game because of the Vulture Harass, and the Vulture Harass was so successful because of the terrain of the map.
On
So I'm trying to process how that's not Terran favored.
Maybe.
Are you calling G5 bad?
No.
Okay.
He said he's only played 40 games and his macro is pretty good in the last game. I thought
He is playing pretty well.
Yeah, when
You're just a little bit better right now.
Yeah, right now I'm just a little bit better. When I scanned and I saw, like 6 gates before Robo, and then I saw no gas at the third base, I knew it was an all-in, which is why I pulled all the SCVs, because I do not want to die to just pure gateway units.
Yeah.
I know how that feels. It's terrible.
I hate that, because
That's the worst.
At WCG USA 2010, I lost to G5 because my tanks weren't in siege mode, so I made sure to not lose to that.
That's good. So wait, now it's Draco versus Rhett. Who would you rather face? Like, why would he beat Draco?
I'm fine with either one. Me
Really?
and Rhett have played a lot,
Ooh,
so
confidence.
I know his style. He knows my style. It's pretty much 50-50. I've only played Draco, maybe like 3 times in my life, and he's the best Protoss foreigner of all time, maybe, except for Noni here. Except for Noni here.
And Legionnaire, who was winning on TV against Koreans.
Oh, and Legionnaire.
Beat
My
Boxer.
bad.
No,
My
it's
bad.
okay.
It's okay.
My bad.
Jeez.
No one likes Aussies around here.
No,
I
Drake
guess
is really
not.
good. Really, really good.
Yeah, Draco's amazing.
Yeah, he's super strong.
I like how no one mentioned Gilm either.
Yeah, who's
Brewer.
probably the most
Gilm
accomplished.
Oh, no, yeah.
The
Well,
most accomplished.
certainly that. I mean, there's a lot of good foreigner Protosses over the years.
It's because it's the easy race to play.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all
See?
suck,
Thank you.
so, yeah.
And most of the maps are Protoss maps, so it's like... oh, man.
Most of the
Having fun
smart players play Protoss. I think that's kind of what was going on.
Were you planning to go
He can't
Rax
figure it out because
against
he's not a
Protoss?
Protoss player.
Because I'm stupid, clearly. I was stupid to choose Terran over Protoss, but yeah.
Children, settle. Let's
Well-
talk about Starcraft.
Yes.
I thought that's what we were doing the whole time.
No, you were just fighting.
About StarCraft.
Were you planning on going Rax?
Yesterday when I used it, I was going to make it a one-time thing, but then I thought, well, maybe they'll think that I won't use it again. And then I scouted double expansion. I was like, I think this can work versus G5, but he built a lot of gateways. I think he cut units to get more gateways, and that threw me off because he had more goons than normal people have. And then I got lucky that I eventually broke through with the Marines and Medics. Marines and Medics have crazy DPS versus goons and zealots.
Yeah.
So it's a good push. It's just if the opponent goes DT, it just shuts it down because you run out of comps out eventually.
What was your strategy behind sending 2 unprotected tanks across the bridge first?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
That was a big mistake.
Dude, those bridges, it's hard to get those tanks across where you want them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed that they just directly crossed the bridge with no
No
fiddling
support,
around, no
nothing.
turning around.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a pro player right here.
I actually thought I was dead when that happened. When they both got picked off, I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
what am I going to do now?
You should have seen Jeff gloat because he's like, this build's bad. And then,
No,
you still won.
It's really strong because it comes before the observer hits, and if they don't see it coming, you can kill them. But if they see it coming, another variation that Flash used a long time ago is he builds turrets around his base. He gets like 7 tanks and 5 barracks, and then he attacks. That's strong also, but I feel like they're going to know that it's coming by then, or some kind of all-in is coming, whereas this one, they can't scout you, so they don't know it's coming.
It's good stuff. Well, they're telling me I got to go to a break here, guys. But we're going to be right back, I think, with the next match. Yeah? Right back? Tasteless? Yeah? Are we going to be right back? Yeah? No? Yeah? What?
413.
4:13. I think we should make our own number. We're going to go with a 4-minute and 22-second break, guys, and then we will be right back with Rhett versus Draco.
Should be a good match.
Yep.